السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له، وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. أما بعد، فإن أصدق الحديث كتاب الله تعالى، وخير الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم، وشر الأمور محدثاتها، وكل محدثة بدعة، وكل بدعة ضلالة، وكل ضلالة في النار. My dear brothers and sisters, I welcome you back to our Hajj presentation, and today is the day of the 3rd of Dhul Qa'dah, 1444 years after the hijrah or the migration of our beloved Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, which coincides with May 23rd, 2023. We have finished the station of spending our day and until the sunset in Arafah, and now it is the station or one of the another most important station of the Hajj, which is to spend the night in Muzdalifah and also to pray Salat al-Fajr there. Spending the night in Muzdalifah and to pray the Salat al-Fajr in Muzdalifah is one of the Rukn or the pillar of Hajj for those who are able to do. First, as the Prophet ﷺ did, we should leave Arafah after sunset. And we have spoken about that, those who mistakenly leave before sunset or they are forcefully taken by the group and all that. But the correct and the right way to do it is you stay until the sunset. After the sunset, you leave for Arafah. Once we go to Arafah, we combine the Maghrib and the Ishaa. If there is Maghrib time, we do Jamaat Taqdeem, and if it is not and it is by the time Ishaa, then we do Jamaat Ta'khir in Muzdalifah with one Adhan and two Iqamah. And there is no prayer in between. Muzdalifah has two other names, Jama and also Mash-aril-Haram. So Muzdalifah, when you hear these names, these are talking about the same place. Muzdalifah, Jama, or Mash-aril-Haram. We do not pray any other sunnah prayer between or after these prayers. We also do not pray witr because these were not reported from the Prophet ﷺ. So after we pray Salat al-Isha, we go to sleep. The weak and the women can leave Muzdalifah to go to Mina after the Islamic midnight. What is Islamic midnight? You count the hours from Maghrib to Fajr, and divide the hours by half, of course, and add it to the time of the Maghrib. This will give you approximately the Islamic midnight. That is the time, the last time of praying Salat al-Isha too. So you have to wait until that time and then go. And those who are helping the weak or the women, even if they're strong or strong men, they are also given the permission to leave, to assist them, to take them to Mina. As for the others, it is obligatory to stay back and spend the night and to sleep and to pray the Salat al-Fajr in Mash-aril-Haram, in Muzdalifah, Masharil Haram. After Fajr, the Prophet ﷺ stood in Mash-aril-Haram for a long time, making dua, takbir, tahleel, and talbiyah is of course continuing throughout. And he would face the Qibla, make a long dua until the sky would become bright. But he would not wait until the sunrise. He would leave Muzdalifah before the sunrise. This is the sunnah, and this is how we should do the spending of the night in Muzdalifah and leaving Muzdalifah to go towards Mina, because now we are going to get ready. It is the morning. It is the day of the Eid, and it is the greatest day of the Hajj, Yawmul Hajj al-Akbar. And this is the day also of doing some of the very important rites of Hajj. For the Hujjaj, there is no Eid prayer. There is no Jummah prayer. There is no Eid prayer. So I think we have discussed that before, but just in case we are wondering where are we going to pray the Eid prayer, there is no Eid prayer for the Hujjaj. Practical tips during the night of the Muzdalifah: leave most of your stuff in the tent of Mina, except what is necessary to take with you to Arafah. You need your sleeping gear and the handbag to carry the essentials. So the sleeping gear should be there because in Muzdalifah there is no tent, there is no facility. So you have to put your sleeping gear and you should sleep there. So at least you should have that, something light to put on the ground. And if you have your bag and you have some clothes or an extra set of ihram, that could be your pillow. If you bring a shawl or something that you can cover yourself, that would be good too. These are the, and your normal hygiene things that you should pack from Mina. Don't pack other things from Mina when you are going to Arafah. Just keep in mind that you will not be coming back to Mina until you spend the night in Muzdalifah. Moderately eat and drink, so you don't need to use restroom frequently. Restrooms in Muzdalifah is very restricted and very crowded, not like Mina and Arafah. Mina and Arafah, the restrooms are more, and as you know, the time is also as not constricted as what we find in Muzdalifah. Everybody is crowded to pray Ishaa, everybody is crowded to pray Fajr, and the bathrooms or the restrooms are not as facilitated there as it is in Mina and Arafah. Keep a small bottle of water so you can make wudu at Fajr without needing to wait for the long line in the restroom. These are all practical tips, okay? So it is not the sunnah or anything, just a practical tip to make it easy for you. Just some pictures. Muzdalifah starts here, and they will also say Muzdalifah ends here. These are signs so that if you are, for some reason separated from your group, at least you would station yourself in Muzdalifah. There is one more thing you should keep in mind is that people are sometimes camping on the roads, and there is ambulances and things driving by. So just be careful, be on the safe side, and do try to station yourself away from the roads, not where the cars are driving, because you don't want to be crushed by anything. May Allah forbid. This is some of the pictures. Some of these are from my Hajj. People in Muzdalifah, as you can see, and I call it the million-star hotel because there's nothing above us except the sky. But regardless, it's a very comfortable stay. We slept there very soundly because we were very tired. Everybody does. Subhanallah. I will finish with the mistakes and the innovation of Muzdalifah. First of all, staying there for a few minutes or a small portion of night and then leave for Mina. Some of these groups, they try to cheat, and they tell the Hujjaj that just go and sit there for a couple of minutes, and that should suffice your staying in Muzdalifah. Is this correct? Not correct. First of all, if it is women and weak people, they at least have to spend until the midnight, Islamic midnight. Second, if they are not part of that, then it is obligatory for them to spend the whole night and to pray the Salat al-Fajr in Muzdalifah. Spending the night of Muzdalifah praying Nafal, reciting Quran, and doing other ibadat. This is not from the Sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ. We know the hadith mentions that after the Isha he slept. So it doesn't even mention Salat al-Witr. So we do not pray anything there. Saying special du'as like, oh Allah, this is Muzdalifah where different languages met, or oh Allah, I ask you by this night. This kind of du'as in the books like Ihya Ulumuddin and many of the books of fiqh, they recommend it. Unfortunately, those are the books which are reprinted in different versions, adding more stuff to just make things bigger and bigger. And the Hujjaj, they try to maximize their benefit. So they get one of these books without verifying the sources. They start practicing it until it becomes very widespread. If you remember, we talked about this. Any witr which is not prescribed in the Sunnah, if somebody is prescribing it to you, any dua, any wird, any part of the Quran, if somebody recommending it to you to say at a certain station, at a certain time, certain number of times, know that all of these will lead to innovations and finally to misguidance and will land us in Jahannam. So please stay away from all of these things. You know Quran, you know dua, you can ask Allah in any language. Wherever the Prophet didn't specify anything, do that. But here, especially in Muzdalifah, don't spend doing anything else after Isha except going to sleep. Also, there's another mistake people do. They collect the pebbles of Jamarat from Muzdalifah and other places from Muzdalifah. But actually the Sunnah is to collect the pebbles from Mina. So this is other mistakes that people do. This is what we have with regards to Muzdalifah. It's a very short presentation because, as you can see, there is nothing much. You just need to know when to enter and what are the couple of things that you should focus on, and then take rest, because the next day or next few days would be a lot of hectic walking and doing different things. You have tawaf, you have sa'i, and these are very long processes. So just take rest, inshallah. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make it easy for those of our Hujjaj brothers and sisters to get their visa, to get everything essentials done before the Hajj, and make their Hajj easy and accepted in His court, and the court of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Subhanakallahumma bihamdik, ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.